Hello and welcome to One United. I am Paritosh Joshi along with Dinit Thomas, Valli Siddiqui and Anshuman Joshi. And United have lost 6-1 at Old Trafford. This sends me back to the loss against Manchester City. It was a shambolic performance, yada yada yada. Yet again, incompetent team, incompetent players. It's the same old cycle yet again. The manager isn't being backed, but many of us have a thought that Ole could get the sack. We'll talk more about it. First, I would like to come to Dinit. Dinit, first reaction 6-1 at Old Trafford. What are your thoughts? I think Dinit is stuck. So, Wali, would you like to give your thoughts first?
Oh, by the way, before I chime in, Akers also wants to join, so we can take a look at him as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll
so
check on
let's
if you can.
yeah. So the thing is, where do I start? Well, the first 30 seconds were the best 30 seconds one could imagine. Beautiful link-up play between Bruno and Martial. We got the penalty, rightfully so, and he dispatched it yet again. And we thought that because we started off the match on a positive note, because Telles was confirmed, Cavani was confirmed. Probably there might be a deadline day bid for Sancho or someone else, and we were basically starting on a positive note, and we thought that possibly this might be our day. But boy, were we wrong, because we got thumped at Old Trafford and it was horrendous. We've now conceded 9 goals in the last 2 matches at Old Trafford, and our defense has been shambolic, man. And I do not know what to say. It's quite sad from top to bottom. I've repeated it time and time again. And let's first talk about the tactics over here. First about the manager, since it was all within the field. I do not know what's been happening in the last 3 games, because whenever we go and attack, and these teams, whenever they go and hit us on the counter attack, there'll be acres of space at the back, especially in the wide areas. I mean, what the freaking hell is happening over there? It's like anyone could, even a bus could fit in there, towards Aaron Van Bissaka's side as well as Luke Shaw. And then there's one lousy cross which reaches some other player and they score. Today, our centre backs were once again shambolic. Bai made a stupid mistake. Harry Maguire made a stupid mistake. Not the first time. He's the captain, for God's sake. You need to fucking step up, man. And this other thing that I don't understand is, like, the score was 1-1, if I'm not mistaken. Harry Maguire was close to the opposition's box, if you remember. Your fucking centre back is at the opposition's box, and he's trying to slip a pass to Luke Shaw, who's another defender. So you just have two defenders at the back. That's Eric Bailly and Aaron Van Bissaka is on the front. So I think you just have basically one defender at the back, and Van Bissaka has to rush back. And we could have conceded another goal if it wasn't for Heung-min Son. And this wasn't the first time that this happened. And yes, Shithousery was there. We could expect that from Jose Mourinho. In the documentary, we heard that nice guys will finish last. So you have to play a little dirty. That's what Eric Lamela did. Unfortunate scenes what he did. It wasn't the sending off. If it was a sending off, even Lamela should be sent off. But that basically, even if Martial wasn't sent off, I think we would have lost 3 or 4 goals. We would have lost by 3 or 4 goals. Absolutely shambolic. Ed Woodward was there sitting in the stands and he was watching us play. I don't know what gives him the authority to judge us, to make these decisions that a manager needs to get back or sacked. Or we were fucking waiting for Jadon Sancho for the past 1 year. Fuck him, man. We don't even need Jadon Sancho right now. We need people at the back. We do not have defenders. Why will Jadon Sancho Why will Jadon Sancho feature for you, man? And it's the same cycle. Mourinho came second with Manchester United. The next season, he wasn't back. There weren't people coming in, and we followed a similar pattern. And it's the same. Ole finished on a high. We weren't back, and we are now following a similar pattern, and he's going to go off the cliff. So yes, Mourinho might have not been the guy. Van Gaal might have not been the guy. Solskjaer might not be the guy. Probably there'll be someone else who will do the miraculous job, because there was only one Sir Alex Ferguson. But these people on top are definitely not the guys. Solskjaer will get the sack. I know it. But dark days ahead, man.
Yeah, Dinit is back with us. So, Dinit, uh, what were your thoughts about the whole situation? 6-1
I think,
loss.
I mean, I echo everything what Wally said, but I also want to say I think at least now Maguire's captaincy should be stripped off. Because I mean, okay, I get it. Like 1-1 when it was 1-1 when he made that stupid error, trying to head back to De Gea, which he couldn't do also.
And
Like
then he
at least,
tackled Shaw.
and then he tackled Shaw, and then that whole mess up that he did. At least one thing as a captain he should be doing is to like galvanize the other team, saying that okay, hold it tight. Let's keep it tight. Let's not let them attack more. Let's go for it, and keep everyone calm. Instead, he just collapsed. Because of him, all the whole backline collapsed, and yeah, it was just like it was disastrous from him as a captain, and he didn't offer anything. Not defending, not as a defender, but even as a captain. But I highly doubt if Ole is gonna if Ole. I know there are gonna be speculation about his career and stuff, but if Ole were to like strip him off the captaincy because he has been quite ineffective as a captain.
Yeah, that's precisely everybody's opinion about Harry Maguire for quite a while now because even though he leads and it looks like he is a leader, but I think he's not the kind of leader we need. We need someone like Bruno Fernandes to be wearing the armband.
Oh,
He was also poor today,
why
but
was he subbed off though?
if,
Why was he subbed off?
because he
Yeah,
wasn't doing because he wasn't
Damage
doing much.
limitation. That was the only reason. Damage limitation was the only
Yeah,
reason.
damage limitation was the only reason. Plus, I'm a huge backer of Ole. I still believe that Ole is not as bad as people portray him. It's not as bad as the club wants him to be in front of the fans. But it's just that some things I can't comprehend, especially the fact that Scott McTominay was brought on after we were losing 4-1. And he's saying that there was no aggression in the team post halftime. How will the team attack if you don't introduce Van de Beek and you introduce a CDM? Scott McTominay is not somebody you introduce when you want to attack. It's as easy as that. Everybody can see that. Everybody can see that. I don't think there is one single football fan who will echo the fact that you don't bring in Scott McTominay when you want to play aggressive game. When you want to take the game to the opposition. If you sit back, you are bound to concede against a team like Tottenham Hotspur. That is bound to happen. We were losing 4-1, and if Ole wanted to play attacking football, if he wanted to attack Tottenham, he wouldn't have brought on Scott McTominay. Why was he brought on? Why not Van de Beek? If somebody needed time in the squad, that was Donny Van de Beek. Why was Donny Van de Beek? And this has been a constant ever since Van de Beek came. When he's on the pitch, he is one of the top three players in the game, and that is for sure. Anybody can see that. Why is he not being here for the most of the time? And there is someone who wants to come in who is with us after a very long time. I think I'll add him now, and his name is quite funny because it will offend many United fans. Hello, Ekis. Why the name? Why the name Sancho Bhaiya?
Hello, guys. How are you guys doing? After the biggest
Dude,
defeat in 9 years.
you needed you need to turn on your video.
Well, I'm driving, guys. So,
Okay. Yeah, so talk about it.
What are your
well,
thoughts about the whole thing?
I mean, we are way past the stage of having thoughts anymore. I feel that Ole will be sacked by Christmas. And
We can't hear you.
can you
You're
hear me?
inaudible.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
hmm
So, I feel we'll get three players tomorrow. I don't know who those three will be, but
Teles Cavani
Ole
are
will be
confirmed.
Ole
you
will
know,
be
two of
gone.
them. Wow.
So, also on another note, I feel that um if all 11 players on the pitch are not playing good or even par, I feel the manager has to start taking the blame. And two more defeats and he's gone. That's the whole thing for me.
A
So
lot of
Ekes has had his word. He is saying that two more defeats and Ole should get the sack. According to him, Ole would get the sack till Christmas because the performances wouldn't be there. And finally, it'll all again come to the manager. Anshuman, you were quite frustrated. It's your turn now. Speak up and let the world know. What are you thinking?
It's been a long day. I mean, as far as the match itself is concerned, there is not a lot I can add tactically what Wali and Dinet has already added. I mean, it was a shit show. I mean, there is no other way for me to put it. It was an absolute shit show. Like, you talk about defense and we keep bringing up the centre back pairing, and this now it's just become a case of absence making the heart grow fonder. Like for past these episodes, we were talking about Bai being the proper pairing option for Harry Maguire, and today both of them fucked up like royally. And Harry Maguire, we say that he's a very consistent and complacent player. He gives 7 out of 10 time and again. He had a howler today. And the moment you feel that maybe Bai would be the better defender, he had a howler today. And now in my mind, I was just going, maybe we should give Phil Jones a chance again. Like, what could possibly go wrong? Like, what worse could we have here? Like, it looks we ended the match with 9 outfield players against 10, but in reality it felt like 15-5. Like we just did not show up, and I don't know how much I can blame the manager for this very game. I mean, in the post match, he was like holding his hand up, said, "I picked the players. I must take the blame." The entire social media is after him. Hashtag Ole out is trending on Twitter because, of course, it is, and everyone is just out to get him because everyone has wanted him gone the moment he arrived, and of course he was never good enough to be the manager and this and that, and we have heard the whole shebang, and everyone is out of the cave now. And I don't know for this match how much blame you could put on Ollie's door. He picked as good a team as you could have had. This is arguably one of our finest starting 11, and I mean, you look at the players, no one showed up. Like after the first 30 seconds, no one was there. No one was playing anything. We didn't string any passes together. Let alone the first half, second half, we just did not show up. And I was looking at the match, and I was just thinking in my chair in despair. I'm like, what are we? This is like Groundhog Day all over again. Like this is not like the lowest. This is the lowest of this season as it should be, as far as I'm concerned. But we have had these moments every time now. Like every single manager we have had since Sir Alex, you like pick a manager. We have had those moments with Moyes, with Van Gaal, with Jose. We have had these matches where you feel like all is gone. And I really honestly don't know what I am expecting, in a hopeful way. Like in the afternoon, I was hearing about the players arriving, and I was like, maybe we'll go somewhere from here, and maybe the result of the match would be compensated by the arrivals we'll be talking about tomorrow. But I don't know if they can. I don't know if we can talk about it. It's so bad. It's just so it's abhorrent. I just don't know how I can even properly form my coherent sentences here because it's abhorrently bad. And I don't know, man. Like it was so bad.
Everybody
And
is so frustrated. Everybody is frustrated. Everybody is not able to
like
form words right now because it's these kind of performances you don't expect. Once in a while, yes, but I think it's just one of those days. And I would like to take a step back here because I believe we've been all too negative, and we are supposed to be, rightfully so. But we lost 6-1 against Manchester City with a United side that was being coached by Sir Alex Ferguson at Old Trafford with the crowd in the stadium. So everybody can make a case here and there, but that was Sir Alex. So he was let go because we were challenging for the title constantly year after year. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hasn't challenged for the title once because he had only one full season up until now. So he can't make a case for himself uh, as being a manager who was winning trophies and this is just one-off game. It's one of those times where everybody was seeing something or the other in the team that is wrong, and everybody came to the fore in one particular match. Although Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has picked his hand up, he has said that I am responsible and I picked the team and this and that, all the shabam. But how much can Ole take the blame? Eventually, and I again want to reiterate and bring everybody's attention to the first 7 minutes before the whole Martial Lamela thing happened. We had scored one goal, and this I especially want to everyone to look at the Son goal, the way he ran past, the the sheer suddenness of the move, the where Harry Kane just drove past. Harry Kane just shot one pass to Son, and he ran through our defense. Nobody was able to catch up.
That
How
was a
can
very
you
opportune moment.
how can you actually look at it? But I think there is some respite for us because Aston Villa is leading 4-1 right now against Liverpool.
Wow.
I'm missing quite a match.
Wow.
I'm missing quite a match.
Oh, come on, just two
So,
more goals. Just two more goals. Just
so
two more.
hear me out, guys.
I would be.
Any United
I
fans?
would love it.
So
Watkins hat
if
trick.
if
Wow.
if
Everton,
they
Everton for the title.
Ollie
Everton
Watkins.
for the title.
if they lose 5-1, 6-1, 5-2 even, Liverpool would be trolled more. United would be forgotten.
But they're missing out on
United will be
Sadio
trolled all
Mane.
the same, but maybe we'll have someone to share
Because it
that
will be
gloom with
balanced.
now. If that happens.
We won't have the 2 weeks of constant trolling on our backs, because there will be other clubs who
Yeah.
will be trolled as well. So it's
Thank
good that
goodness.
we are winning.
I mean, that
Finally,
is the
Villa
only
got
solace we
it
can have so far from the season. Like, we have conceded
right.
6, City has conceded
बात
5, Liverpool has
बात ये नहीं
conceded
कि
at
दिन ही
least
खराब
4.
बात ये खराब हो जाएगी कि दिन ही खराब था. सारी टीम हारी.
Except for Arsenal. Except for Arsenal.
Except for us.
All big teams lost. If only.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I was angry first, but I'm not even angry. It's just that I think everybody saw this coming. We'd be lying to ourselves and saying that we
We
weren't seeing a big loss down
It
the
was gonna
line.
happen at some time.
At some point, every United fan must be lying if they didn't see one huge loss. Because we have not lost like this for a while, and the team we have deserve to lose a game like this. For
and
once, in a while, they look like this.
let's not forget that it was nearly 3 or 4 days ago in which Donny van de Beek's agent said that they should have lost by 6 or 7 goals against Brighton, which to an extent
He's
was
not wrong.
which to an extent
He's
was
not
quite right.
wrong. He's not wrong
Right.
because 5 times they hit the bar. They broke the record for a single team hitting the crossbar in one Premier League game. So that
And then
speaks
it happened.
volumes. Five,
See another thing before we move on to Dinet. The other thing why I think that though we have already to blame over here, but we also have to blame the board and Ed Woodward. Obviously, the reason is
that is
because
that is a given.
Solskjaer is trying to do is he also tries to play from the back, which is quite evident. You've seen that. Bai's mistake was all because of those tactics. But right now, he doesn't have the personnel at the back who could actually play from the back. You do not have a confident goalkeeper who can even fucking spray a 5-yard pass. He's not confident at all. Harry Maguire tries to be Virgil van Dijk. He passes the diagonal ball, but it always goes for a throw in. And even if it successfully reaches a fullback, for example, then Aaron Van Bissaka or Luke Shaw, they can't cross for shit right now. So your whole strategy of playing from the back is null and it's nothing. It's nothing. You do not have those players to do that. So that's where Ed Woodward's role comes in. If you do not have the players, you send in the players. But it's in a culmination of a lot of errors, man, from top to bottom. Players, managers, boards, and I don't know how long it's going to take to fix. Let's not forget that Everton were in the relegation zone for the first half of the season in the previous edition. But look at the way how they've bounced back. This is how they took Liverpool winning the league and the Champions League more seriously than we did. And I wish we had that ambition. Unfortunately, it's not that.
And I won't be surprised if we lose both the home and away games to Everton, because they are looking quite a team with James
Title contenders, bro.
Not just
They're
Everton,
looking
even
for a
Leeds.
team which
Even
has a
Leeds.
plan, which has a team
Yeah.
that is able to work together.
Yes, and especially the team wants to fight. This club looks like it doesn't want to fight; it just wants to make money. At times, I
Like Gary
only
Neville was saying at Sky Sports, like the same thing that he was saying, the players showed no aggression, no passion. He was saying this exact same thing like 2 years ago when Mourinho was about to get sacked. Like, this is like
yeah.
Groundhog Day all over again. Like, we're talking about the lack of aggression from the players, the lack of intent all over again. And like, I think this needs to be accounted for. Like, you can't just keep chopping and changing managers all the time and expect things to change. This brings a lot of problems, because every time you talk about how chopping the manager is not the only problem, every time people on social media will go, well, look at how much money you've spent. Well, yes, it's a lot of money, and that's part of the problem, because what you do is you sack a manager, and for the very first season you will bring in players, half of which will not be right, half of which will not be the right players
Panic
they brought
buys.
in,
We make
and
panic
that
buys. We've been making panic buys for a while now, And panic
Yeah,
buys are not the answer. If that is not evident to United fans or to the board, that's that just means you are an idiot. Because if you work in football, it is quite evident they have made panic buys all over the board constantly throughout the years
yeah.
after the
Year
poor
after
Alex
year, you need
Ferguson
that.
era.
And I mean, you look at Liverpool 5 years ago. Their front three was Fabio Borini, Mario Balotelli, and Ricky Lambert. And like the legendary image of them having played 888 minutes and not scored a goal or made an assist just keeps popping back to my mind. And 5 years down the line, look at them. They are one of the most scary team in Europe. Like they did not do that overnight. Like they were told for the first four seasons, nice and proper. Like look what a fraud Klopp is, what a bad manager Klopp is, and look you can't do anything. Changes happen very gradually. And the fact of the matter is, we have not had a proper system in place for that change to have been allowed. Like every kind of we have had now with Oli, we have had every type of manager you can bring in. You had the chosen one in David Moyes. You had the egotistical one in Louis Van Gaal. In Jose Mourinho, you had the serial winner. In Oli, you had the person who idolized the manager that gave you all the glory in the recent era. And you have had every type of manager you want. So you can't say he is not the kind of manager United wants. If you like, everyone is on Ollie's back now. Like sack him. Fine, sack him. Then what? If you want to talk about hypotheticals, talk about it. Like if you bring Poch in, I can guarantee you 2 years down the line we'll be having this exact same discussion again, because this is what happens. This is what always happens. This is like they'll back the manager for the first year. Like I said, they'll bring in players which will just increase the transfer amount for the trollers to mention again. And the second year they'll be like that one first year will give us some semblance of hope, like it has with every manager. And second manager we'll have some signings, or maybe won't have signings, but we'll have the sirens blazing again. Like, oh, look, the board's not backing the manager and all of the things like that. And then again, the performances will start going sour, because everything like this that is happening in the background affects the psychology of the players. It just cannot happen parallelly in a compartmental way. It does affect, and I think that is affecting the players right now, because the players like Luke Shaw are coming out. A left back who's asking that whose position will be the first one Manchester United will be reinforcing, and he's saying that we need reinforcement. The players are crying out for a better background that we require in the team right now, and it's not there. Like people are saying that the manager has to be sacked. It ends with the players. The buck stops with the manager. Sure, it does. But if you do not have a proper foundation to build that team over, there is no point. You can bring whatever manager you want. You can bring Poch in. You can make a hybrid of Bielsa and Guardiola and Mourinho for all I care. But 2-3 years down the line, you're gonna face the exact same problems, because you are not providing a manager with a proper system. And if there is no system, there is no point in bringing the best manager in the world. This is not a footballing team right now. We are not a football club anymore. We are a we are a money making enterprise for Glazers right now.
They exactly my point. I was talking
Where
about this.
where did it go all of a sudden?
I think Dennett and Akers
I
both
don't
are
think you could take it
busy.
anymore.
Dennett and Akers both are busy. I think Dennett is back. Dennett is back with the jersey on. Dennett is back
I
with
just
an
switch teams now, guys.
Oh, that's it.
Up the claret.
Oh yes, that's my new club.
To be honest, yeah, they've been performing well also.
If
Yeah, they have.
If Aston Villa score 6 today, I'll buy a jersey from Aston Villa. And I'll
By
start
the way,
supporting.
Aston Villa were about to get relegated, and in spite of that, they've
Yes.
invested more than United,
Yeah.
and they've also
Yeah, that's
kept
true.
their
And
best
they've
player in the
invested
club.
wisely.
And they've also
invested
kept
very
their best
wisely.
player in the club.
Yeah, they've kept Jack Grealish and
Like if we can talk about Aston Villa right now, like they've brought in Matty Cash, they've brought in Ollie Watkins, they have given Grealish a new contract. I think that is amazing.
Let's
That's what they've
let
done.
Dennett speak a little. Let's let Dennett
Yeah.
speak a little. He's been quiet for a while.
Well, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just hopefully Aston Villa can give us something to smile about, because then, but hopefully that doesn't like deviate from the fact that we need signings, because now the Glazers might be like, oh look, Liverpool's also losing 4-1.
Yeah,
We'll talk
man. That's the only.
the only thing we can talk about right now is transfers, because we are all sad. We can't talk
Yeah.
about the game for longer than this. So let's talk about transfers and close the show.
Yeah.
Telles confirmed, according to Fabrizio Romano. Telles is here we go confirmed. Cavani is here we go confirmed. So two players that are confirmed
Confirm.
here. And who do you think is going to come in the final day of the transfer window? Akis is also joining us back.
Yeah, so who's going to speak first? Dinet, who do you think is going to join us?
I just want a centre back right now.
Who?
Just
But
a
who?
centre back.
Who do you want?
Either the Upamecano or I know Burnley is having Tarkowski, but I don't know. I don't trust English players with like the overpriced valuation. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's
They're
really
asking
hard.
50 for him.
Yeah, it's a bit too much. 50 might be what we should have paid Maguire back then. Now we must be worth 20
Which we
million.
should have paid Maguire. Beyond which we should not have gone for
Maguire
Maguire.
wasn't even 50, man. Maguire was even 50. I prefer Smalling over Maguire. I'm
Yeah,
honestly being very
I don't
honest.
get why we are trying to sell Smalling when man, again, I keep saying this over and over again that I feel like it's not the problem with which centre back is coming in. I still feeling it's a coaching problem because we might be having a new centre back, and maybe after 5 months we might still be saying this also guy is also not good enough, and we need
That's
someone to
true.
play with
That
a
is
new
a fair
guy.
point.
Because the same thing we were talking about this earlier also, and I've heard this in many podcasts time and again that Victor Lindelof, when we brought him, he was supposed to be the next big thing. He was ice cold defender,
The
blocks
Iceman.
everything. Uh, he was the next big defender that is coming to the fore, and now we just want him out of the club as soon as possible. So who to trust? If there must be something more to it than the players, and this has a deep-rooted virus inside our club, and we have to accept that. I think this is going to be
Yeah, we
here
do.
for a long while now, and this is not going away anytime soon. So what is the solution? That is the question.
Nothing.
Like
You just have
even
to
if you
wait.
look about the players
Guys,
who have left the club, like the likes of Lukaku, the likes of Sanchez, the likes of Chris Smalling, and
Sanchez is also
Ashley Young,
back in
like they are
form.
all striving.
Yeah,
guys,
Sanchez is
Dave
back.
Particle has guys, Dave
What?
Particle has liked a post where Watkins scored hat trick against Liverpool.
He's a
He's a
United fan,
United
I
fan.
know.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
United fan, I know.
Oh, even plenty of even Usain Bolt was heartbroken, man. Today I saw his
Yeah.
post on Twitter. It's sad, man.
Everybody is
Akers, who do you
heartbroken.
think?
And
Akers, who do you
I
think is going to join us? Sancho Bhaiya, he's not there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, who do you think is going to join us on deadline day, if there is anyone?
Well,
Dembele.
I still now I definitely feel that Sancho will be joining. I'm like 90% sure that they're gonna pay 140
I wish I
million for
had
him
your
and getting him
optimism.
back.
140, not even 120 now.
No, I think they are going to get someone a marquee signing, and I think we need Upamecano or we need even Samuel Umtiti will do for me, man. Just
Even
sign
he's injury
someone.
prone.
I mean, injury prone is better than the players we have right now. I think Jones on one leg would have played better today than Maguire. The
Oh yeah.
Maguire's, I saw the first goal and that defending from Maguire. Oh my god.
That wasn't defending. That was straight from a Looney Tunes episode, whatever that was.
It horrendous. Everything about this is horrendous.
Akis is
So
also quite worried about his FIFA team. He's saying that United need to have a few signings for him to play FIFA 21 with a better.
Actually,
I personally would love or enjoy playing with Cavani in FIFA, but I don't know, man. He does not cut it for me. But I think we got
I
him.
mean,
So
I
we
mean
gotta
now
go with
Cavani would be starting the next two Premier League games
Yeah, for sure,
see,
for
for
sure.
sure.
Hopefully,
see.
hopefully.
Martial is
Now
banned.
here's
Card, no?
now here is where I actually miss Lukaku, because if you actually wanted a second striker, then Romelu Lukaku was your fucking man. He had the potential. He was young enough, and you're signing a 33-year-old right now.
What
So
do you mean
I don't
second
know.
striker? I think
He
Yeah,
was the
he could
Martial
challenge
would
for
be
the first
second
striker as
striker
well.
right now. Martial would be
That's
third
what I'm
choice
saying.
striker.
That's what
Martial
I'm
is
saying. He could at least.
Martial is not consistent at all. This is the same thing. And Why do you need to slap someone inside your own penalty box? I am not getting this. Inside the
Don't get
first
me
five
started on
minutes.
that. Do not get me
Why-
started on that. That is,
Inside the
if
first five
I
anyone,
think
minutes.
that
if
was
anyone,
that was an Eric Lam masterclass.
if anyone touches your face, you are bound to get annoyed. That is a fact. If anyone touches your face or does like that, or even touches your forehead, you will get annoyed and you will respond.
One second. When the replay was shown, why wasn't it clear that he was being uh, agitated by the other player, by Lamela? Why was the
That's
red
because
card?
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
everyone within the studio in
I think
match.
both of them should have been sent off.
Exactly. If it was a sending off, then both of them should have been sent off.
Yeah,
But
that
anyways,
would have
man.
been more even feel because both of them were like being aggressive in the moment. But
Anshuman,
anyway,
you are
man.
unclear. Anshuman, your
Anshuman,
voice is.
do you think we're going to sign anyone?
I don't think we're going to have any more signings other than under Cavani and Diaz now. I'll be very surprised, and I'll happily say I'm wrong and I was in the wrong if we sign anyone, but I don't think anyone is coming.
Okay, so Dinner, do you
Yeah.
think anybody is coming? Final thoughts. Any deadline day signing?
I think it'll be the two, Tellers and Cavani, and maybe
They are
someone
coming.
else.
That is confirmed now. That is for confirmed.
Maybe
Anyone?
I don't. I still don't think Sancho might be there, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we
Wally,
might get a
your thoughts?
random player.
Wally, your thoughts?
Ed Woodward will be pushing for Sancho. I know that, but I'm not sure if Dortmund will be accepting it. But if there's anyone who could be coming in right now, it is Sancho.
Yes or
And
no?
other
Yes
than
or yes or no?
I think he might come. I don't know why. I have this funny feeling. Though it's not going to do us any good at this moment, but I feel that he may be coming over here.
I
He
don't
should
think
have been here long back. I think if he had come earlier, then we would have been much more confident, and our fans would have been much more confident, better mood. Probably would have had a better performance. You never know. Happened
I
with
don't
Bruno.
think he's coming. I don't think he's coming. But let's see. If he comes, I'll
Yeah.
be happy. I'll be more than happy. But I don't think anybody is coming. We have had two signings. We're done, and that will be announced on the deadline day. So I think
You know
that
what will be the
concludes.
worst thing? Just one. What will be the worst thing? Handing Cavani the number 7 jersey.
No.
Nothing
Don't,
can.
don't,
Nothing can beat that. Nothing
please
can beat that.
don't say this. Don't say this. Don't say this. Please don't say.
Also,
I
I
think
just
he'll
want to put it
decline.
out
I
there.
think
Why don't
if he
we
knows
get
anything about the club, he'll
Dele
decline.
Ali on a loan or something? Why not? The
I,
player
I,
is
Who
not
Dele
Adama,
Ali?
dude,
Yeah.
Nuno is not playing Adama Traore in any of the matches. Why don't we get him? He's such a quality right winger.
Because we are Man United. We don't deal.
I don't think
Exactly.
Adama
You are.
Traore has. I don't think Adama Traore technically offers us anything at the moment. The problem, like last season, he burst onto the scene. He was very, and he provided a bit more out than he had shown before. But I had quite a weird time with Buzu because he's been playing in the right wing back, in the right back role, in the right wing role. And then he also had issues towards the end last season in the Europa League campaign because he was being played centrally, and Nuno quickly realized that being played centrally was not his best case scenario. And given the fact that like he has this aura, strong gifted player, I don't think the fee that he's demanding is something to do for right now for the Adama Traore.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. Let's see what happens on the deadline day, and then we'll come again with our sad faces or happy faces. You never
2
know.
weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of sadness. No more because of this stupid international break.
If somebody gets announced, we'll come in 2 days, I think, to just
Yeah,
conclude the
sure.
transfer
Or if
window.
Oli gets sacked.
Yeah, or if Oli gets sacked by.
Oh, so I don't think he's getting the sack. Anshuman believes he can get the sack in a day or two.
I
And
won't be surprised
Dinner,
with
do
this
you think he
move.
can get the sack? Dinner, do you think he'll get the sack?
October is a tricky month for Ole. Things can go
Oh
much
yeah, we
worse.
have to face PSG.
Yeah.
No, in this 15-day window, in a day or two, will he get the sack right now?
Oh no, definitely not. I don't think he'll get sacked in the next 2 weeks, for sure not. But
For
if
sure
things
not.
can go worse in October,
Ekas, what do you think? Ekas, what do you think?
I think if he loses to PSG and
No, not then, bro, not
But
then,
after
right
this
now,
no, right now
right
Yeah,
now.
after he
500% no, he's not gonna get sacked now.
Yeah. So it's a no from most of. Why do you think he'll get the sack in a day or two?
And I don't think so. Not right now.
Yeah. So
But I
I
wouldn't be
think he.
surprised, even if he does.
Yeah, matlab, but we believe that he won't be.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's it from all of us. Anybody has any insights or any different opinion or anything they want to add on?
Yeah, just one concluding remark. I wish we could forfeit from the Champions League. I do not want to face PSG or RB Leipzig.
Yeah,
Please.
I want to propose this that if somebody qualifies, they should have the chance to say that okay, we will not play Champions League this year. Give us a slot automatically next year. Give it to somebody else who want to play, who are
I would
finishing just
happily give it
below
to
us.
Leicester. I would
Yeah,
happily give
play.
it to Leicester.
We
Go
should
play.
definitely beat our
We'll
FF
pay an
to
extra.
be banned from the Champions League for a while.
Pathetic, man.
So I think that's it from us at Man United. A shambolic result and a few days of distraught memes. We'll have to have a social media blackout for a while because we won't be able to tolerate all the trolling. And hopefully Liverpool lose heavily today. So
Yeah, what's the
the
score?
4-1
4-1
half
halftime,
time. Same like
halftime.
us.
Nice, nice. Cool.
So hopefully they also concede six, so we'll have some respite. So that's it from most of us
We
at
will walk alone.
United and Manchester United. Hopefully we don't walk alone. Hopefully. Everybody signing off. This is Paritosh Joshi, Dinit Thomas, Wali Siddiqui, AK Singh, and Anshuman Joshi. Tata. See you guys. Hopefully with a better news.